Do you know if you imagine yourself being alive for at least next 50 years, you are spending 20 years of that looking at your screens? Because according to worldwide screen time statistics, the average person spends 6 hours and 40 minutes in front of screens every single day. That is 40% of our waking hours. This isn't just a habit anymore. It's an addiction far worse than crack in the early 90s, more widespread than COVID or the Spanish flu, because unlike those pandemics, this one isn't limited to a country, a city, or a generation. The scrolling pandemic is global, and it's hitting every age, everywhere, all at once.
The average smartphone user scrolls the equivalent of 78 miles a year.
This is no accident. Indeed, it is by design. I mean, seriously?
It was my mistake.
That our devices actually exploit our anxiety.
TikTok to me started to feel like a mental landfill.
You know what's really altered my viewpoint on time? Instagram Reels.
Welcome to the Social Billboard, and today we will be talking about the scrolling addiction. It takes a lot of effort, time and heart to bring these videos for you, so kindly hit that subscribe button. We all have that one friend, maybe more than one, who always has a phone in his hand, eyes glued to the screen. You could be talking to them, sitting beside them, even sharing a meal, and they're still scrolling. But here's the shocking part. If you stop them and ask, how many reels or posts do you actually remember from the last 2 hours? The answer will almost always disappoint you. 1, maybe 2, and in most cases, none. That's the simplest and scariest reminder of how dangerous this habit has become. We waste hours of our precious lives staring at moving images we don't even absorb, trapped in an addiction we never agreed to. We know by now that screens, social media, and algorithms are engineered to exploit our natural need for feedback. That constant feedback triggers dopamine, a reward chemical in our brain, and the more we get, the more we want. Eventually, when the brain becomes desensitized, we need larger and faster hits. That's when we start disconnecting from the real world around us. We all know this man, Steve Jobs, the father of the iPhone, the device that changed our world forever. But very few people know that in a 2011 interview with the New York Times, he admitted he didn't allow iPads in his own home. He knew exactly what these screens could do to a human mind. He knew long before the rest of us even noticed. Research today confirms what he suspected. Smartphones can actually change the way our brains function. Mobile phones took over the world in the early 2000s, and with them came something else. FOMO, fear of missing out. And then, within a few years, the world shifted again. Hard physical buttons disappeared. A small glass slab replaced them with a responsive touchscreen that could swipe, tap, scroll, zoom, and browse the web faster than most desktops of the time. Back then, the technology looked futuristic, exciting, even harmless. Almost no one predicted how quickly this tiny device would swallow our entire lives. Each year, processors got faster, features multiplied, software became more powerful, apps became useful, and then came the algorithms. Suddenly, we entered a two-dimensional virtual world, a separate reality we experienced through a screen. Our attention became the currency and our minds the product. Algorithms weren't designed to help us. They were designed to keep us staring. They manipulate, predict, and trigger dopamine responses on purpose. The people who built these systems knew exactly what they were doing. As early as 2008, when the world was still busy being fascinated by cell phones, a UCLA psychiatrist named Gary Small presented shocking research. He warned that heavy smartphone use could change the structure of the brain, affecting essential social skills like reading facial expressions. At that time, the iPhone was barely a year old. People brushed his research aside, but over the years, every part of his warning proved true. Phone addiction doesn't just distract you, it makes you stupid, dumb, and lazier. We all struggle with it. We scroll in bed, we scroll at work, we scroll when we're around friends and family. Wherever the phone goes, our attention follows. And since the phone goes everywhere, we end up scrolling everywhere. Researchers have also confirmed that people with high FOMO experience more anxiety and depression in daily life. Another hidden factor is coping. In our everyday lives, we face emotional challenges, stress, boredom, loneliness, and instead of confronting them, we pick up our phones. Scrolling becomes an escape, a distraction without purpose. And platforms like Instagram and TikTok are perfectly designed to hijack the brain when we are at our weakest. According to research, over 200 billion Instagram Reels are viewed every single day. Social platforms prioritize growth over mental well-being. Leaked internal documents from Meta revealed that the company knows Instagram is toxic for teenage girls, worsening anxiety and body image issues, but deliberately did nothing because fixing it would slow down platform growth. And it's not just the time we lose, it's the damage to our minds. According to studies, our attention span has fallen to 8.25 seconds, shorter than that of a goldfish. The impact of constant scrolling is far more severe than we think. Tianjin University conducted a study with 111 participants aged 17 to 30. They were instructed to watch 95 minutes of short-form content daily for 2 months while researchers tracked their brain activity using MRI scans. The results were shocking. In just 8 weeks, their brains began functioning like those of addicts. They showed reduced emotional control and weakened decision-making abilities. Their minds lost the capacity to engage with complex tasks, anything requiring patience, focus, or sustained attention. Reading books became harder. Even having deep conversations felt tiring. Harvard Business School professor Nancy Cohen revealed that publishers now prefer shorter books because people simply don't have the attention span for long ones anymore. It's ironic. Reading was always seen as sacred, almost noble, but now even that is fading. Cohen also warned that people are becoming less attentive, more anxious, and increasingly distracted. This dopamine spike, this constant chase for micro-pleasure, has become our drug. It's quick, it's easy, and our brains crave it. But in the process, we are becoming addicted to it. And so the big question is, what is the solution? The truth is, breaking scrolling addiction doesn't require deleting social media or throwing your phone away. The real solution is building control. You have to take back the power that algorithms have quietly taken from you. The first step is awareness. Track how much time you actually spend scrolling. Don't guess, measure it. When you see the real number, your brain automatically begins resisting the habit. The next step is friction. Make scrolling inconvenient. Turn off notifications. Log out of apps. Move social apps to the last page of your phone. When something takes 2 or 3 steps to open, your brain stops opening it compulsively. Another powerful solution is the one-screen rule. When you're eating, eat. When you're watching something, watch it. When you're with someone, be present. No phone in the background, no second screen. Your mind recovers when it engages deeply with one thing at a time. You also need replacement habits. Nature walks, journaling, working out, even sitting in silence for 10 minutes. These activities reset your dopamine baseline. The lower your baseline, the less pleasure you derive from mindless scrolling. Set specific no-phone zones, your bed, your dining table, your study desk. Physical boundaries create mental discipline. And finally, detox your mind by consuming long-form content, books, documentaries, podcasts. The more your brain gets used to depth, the easier it becomes to resist the shallow dopamine of scrolling. You don't have to quit technology, but you must quit letting it control you. Because the only thing more dangerous than addiction is an addiction you don't even realize you have. Now this brings us to our platform, the social Billboard, a space built for a healthier digital world. Here we give trust scores to channels so parents and viewers can invest their time in creators who are actually worth their attention, creators who inform, inspire, and add value instead of feeding the endless cycle of brain rot. Our platform filters out the noise, highlights content that's safe and meaningful, and helps you build a healthier relationship with the internet. Because when you know which channels deserve your time, you protect your mind, your focus, and your future. Sign up for an early bird discount and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.